Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the Hunger Games. Today I bring you 48 people, all competing for the single prize of 100 credits. I will now scroll and show you all 48 participants. Now, how this is going to work is, we're going to click the proceed button. You all are going to fight it out to the death. Even myself, look, I'm right here. And then, the final player standing will win 100 credits. Let's get on with it. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Raymond Raider grabs a shovel and runs. Preacher grabs a backpack and retreats into the woods. Kuniva runs away from the cornucopia, doing we don't know what, followed by Ocean. Will something happen with that? We don't know. TD snags a pair of sais and runs off. Onwooden runs away with a lighter and some rope. What he's planning to do with that, nobody knows. The Joker finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver, slowly retreating into the cornucopia, hoping no one sees him. King Shurgs, followed by Halloween, Supra, Gaily, run away from the cornucopia, hoping not to be killed in the first massacre. I myself grab a backpack, not realizing it's empty, which is so like me, so, I ran off into the woods like an idiot with an empty backpack. Paradolia snags a pair of sais and runs off. Edwin runs away from the cornucopia with Ouija. What those two were planning to do alone in the woods, nobody knows. Spirit kills Vapor with a sickle ruthlessly right out of the gate. Akame, seeing that, runs quickly away from the cornucopia. But suddenly, out of nowhere, King Boss 69, Boss of the Bad, Pyromaniac start fighting. But Boss of the Bad runs away as King Bob kills Pyromaniac in a ruthless display of power. Noise finds a canteen full of water and runs away with what little he could. Minx, noticing the bloodbath before her, runs away from the cornucopia, followed by Scorpion. Jervis finds himself a shovel. Content with that, he runs. Chris McLean runs away from the cornucopia, followed by Flammable. I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name. I'm not even going to try. Puka finds a bag full of explosives, and knowing the brains on that guy, he's going to know how to use them. By the OZ runs away from the cornucopia. Mute breaks Spartacus's nose in a nose for a basket of bread. Damn, Mute, that's ruthless. Not Spartacus's nose. Caillou runs away with the cornucopia. Willow Knight, also finding a shovel, content with that, runs away. McDonald's and T-Rex fight for a bag. T-Rex gives up and retreats, which is unlike an orc. He would have killed him for that bag. Maximus finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Well, aren't you the lucky one? I found the empty one. King Bowser scares Arthur away from the cornucopia, trying to hoard its treasures, not knowing what lies within. Colt and Tyron fighting for a bag. Tyron strangles Colt with a strap and runs. Uh-oh, Tyron, will you survive this? Clicko gathers as much food as she can, obviously hoarding for later round. Honeymaster runs away with a light and some rope. What's with this tactic? Nobody knows. Noobs about rips a mace out of Friggy's hand, who bought a lot of his family, and so you guys should thank him if you win. Reanimated is unable to convince Aitako not to kill her. Oh no, or Aichino, sorry. Aichino is a ruthless killer. He cannot be swayed. Oh, and well, Megagator falls into a pit and dies. What a sad, sad way to go. Now let's move on into the night. Oh, into the day. Kuniva, Edwin, Spirit, and Clicko hunt further tributes together, knowing their powers are strong. Ouija, Caillou, Boss of the Bab, and Will and I also hunt together, knowing their powers are strong right now. Sigma attacks Scorpion, but he manages to escape him, and they both run off, having done nothing. Raymond Raider overhears King, Shurgs, and Minx talking in the distance. He doesn't hear what they're saying exactly, but he knows it's probably Shurg asking for nudes. T-Rex diverts Figgy's attention and runs away, obviously not wanting to fight. King Bowser, Mute, Pelodoctia, and Puka raid my camp while hunting. Well, joke's on you guys. I had nothing in my backpack to begin with. Chris McLean sees smoke in the distance but decides not to investigate, as it could be a whole camp of players. Akame explores the arena, hoping to find some advantage over the players. Noobs a lot hunts for other tributes, out for blood. Super receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Uh-oh, guys. Everyone's getting explosives. This is going to be great. Spartacus thinks about home, reminiscing, missing everything, regretting everything he has done. King Bob diverts Honey Monster's attention and runs away, not wanting to fight yet. Ichinko explores the arena, hoping to find it, the leg up on his opponents. Ouch. I hurt my finger on my desk. Noise throws a knife into Preacher's chest. Oh, Preacher. I don't think you're walking away from that one, buddy. Tyron, after being nearly strangled to death with a backpack strap, discovers a cave. He decides to explore. Let's see what becomes of him. Jervis, Halloween, and Ocean hunt for other tributes together, knowing most would do the same. Arthur begs for Garlic to kill him, but Garlic refuses and wants to keep Arthur alive. TD, not really concerned with what's going on, grabs himself a fishing pole and decides to get him some brunch. Ooh, Maximus receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Man, those sponsors are really throwing out those bombs. McDonald's, Flammable, and Unwanted, the Joker, and Pythons, the biggest group that we have seen so far, hunt for other tributes. Arena event. Acidic rain pours down over the arena. Spirit shoves King Shurgs in a pond of acid rain, but is impaled by King Shurgs, killing them both. King Shurg said, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. Super survives, finding a cave and hiding away. Ocean injures Cayuse and leaves her in the acid rain to die. Ocean, that's heartless. How could you? Spartacus survives, sitting in his cave thinking about home. Polydorus survives by hiding in the trees, somehow not getting sprayed by the acid. Kuniva survives. No one knows what she did. She was just alive. Ouija injures Raymond Tater and leaves her to die in the rain. Gosh, you guys are ruthless. Why are you leaving him to die in the rain? At least kill them. Viggy trips face first into a puddle of acidic rain. Oh, what a great way to go. Ichino survives, doing whatever Ichino does. Clickho shoves Arthur into a pot of acidic rain, but is pulled in by Arthur, killing them both. And I have low disk space. Isn't that beautiful? Jervis is unable to find shelter and is ruthlessly murdered by the rain. Garlic injures TD and leaves them to die in the rain. Tyrone refuses out shelter, killing her. Ah, Tyrone, why would you do that to me? The acidic rain burns. Ah. Well, the narrator lives on even though Alchemy is dead. T-Rex is unable to find shelter and is killed. I'm calling BS. The Orc would have protected himself with his shield. Chris McLean survives. Quite possibly my favorite to win, obviously. Puka survives along with Minx, hiding together in their little made-up cave. Doing what? We don't know. By the Oz refuses Honeymaster's shelter, killing them. You guys are ruthless. We could work together. MacDonald survives along with Sigmund, boss of the Bab, in a cave they built themselves right before the rain dropped. Unwanted is able to find shelter. Halloween is unable to find shelter. Mute trips into a pile of acidic rain, and they all die. King Bowser, along with Maximus, Flammable, Noob, the Joker, and King Bot survive, doing whatever it is that they do. Noe shoves Willow into a puddle of acidic rain, but is pulled in by Willow Knight, killing them both. So you guys, if you get greedy and try to kill, that could be you. Arcane survives, doing whatever it is that Arcane does. Edwin is unable to find shelter and is killed. Scorpion trips face first into a puddle of acidic rain. What a sad way to go. The acid took so many lives. Who is still remaining? Fallen tributes, 25 of you are already dead. That acidic rain was ruthless. A moment of silence for our fallen. Poor Alk. Let's proceed. Night 1. Flammable thinks about winning, wanting those 100 credits very badly. Kunava lets Tyron in hit to his shelter. Will Tyron kill Kunava, or will they have a great night? Boss of the Bab sets up camp for the night, desperate for some sleep after the acidic rain incident. King Bowser, King Bob 69, Noobzabat, and Ouija form a suicide pact, killing themselves, realizing they can no longer go on and do not want those 100 credits. McDonald, after running for the acidic rain for hours, finally passes out from exhaustion. Super Maximus and Ocean discuss the game and what might happen in the morning, knowing damn well that each one of them are plotting to kill each other in their sleep. Ichino bashes Pedolia's head in against a rock several times, killing them and taking their loot. Chris McLean tries to sing himself to sleep, as he is plagued by the nightmares he saw in the acidic rain. Puka and Akame tell stories about themselves to each other. Sigmund tries to sing herself to sleep. After what they've seen, it's not an easy task. Minx repeatedly stabs By the Oz to death with sighs. You should have seen that. Minx is very sneaky. Spartacus and Garlic sleep in shifts, desperate to protect one another. The Joker tries to sing himself to sleep. Let me tell you guys, if you saw what they saw, would you be able to sleep? Let's move on. Day 2, Puka discovers a river. Ignore that last sound, you didn't hear that. Chris McLean makes a wooden spear in a desperate attempt to protect himself. McDonald's and Spartacus, after meeting up in the morning, decide to hunt other tributes together. Garlic and the Joker fight Boss of the Baby and Arcane. Garlic and the Joker survive. What happened to the other two? Nobody will know. Kunava attacks Flammable, but he manages to escape by disappearing. Maximus receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, and after his fallen with the medical rain, could you imagine? It rains medicine. That'd be a weird concept. But, it kind of does in this concept if you think about it. Moving on. Super receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Obviously, the fans are bloodthirsty. Ichinko, setting off his explosive, finally, kills Tyron, Sigjum, and Ocean in a ruthless display of power. And Minx, well, she just makes a wooden spear, hoping to protect herself now that she killed her only partner. A silence for the 11 fallen tributes before us today. Night 2. Puka attacks Flammable, but Super protects him, killing Puka. No, Puka, I kinda wanted you to win too. Minx and Chris McLean huddle for warmth. I think we all know what that means. Garlic sets up camp for the night. Spartacus passes out from exhaustion, having not slept good that night before. Ichinko and the Joker fight. McDonald's and Maximus survive. What became of the others, we do not know. Kuniva cooks his food before putting out his fire, desperate not to attract attention to himself. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs for the tribute's families. Let's see who will be going for it. Minx gathers as much food into a bag as she can before she flees, knowing others will soon arrive. Flammable ambushes Super, killing her ruthlessly. McDonald's decides not to go to the feast. He does not need anything and is doing well. Pyro, I'm in the middle of this. Go away. Chris McLean tracks down and kills Maximus, eager to take his supplies that he has got over the course of the last 2 days. Kuniva sets Garlic on fire with a Molotov, giggling excitedly as she does. Spartacus dies from an infection. He tripped down a lake and got impaled by a stick. Went into his hand and caused him to die by infection. If y'all know what I mean, you know what I mean. Day 3. Flammable bashes McDonald's head in against a rock several times, killing him. Chris McLean explores the arena, hoping desperately to survive as there's only a few people left. And Kuniva begs for Minx to kill them, but she refuses, knowing she needs someone beside her. A moment of silence for the 8 fallen. Night 3. Flammable, Minx, Chris McLean, and Kuniva tell each other stories to lighten the mood, knowing that the final 4 will eventually have to turn on one another and kill each other. Who will turn first, and who will be the ultimate survivor? Day 4. Kunava thinks about home, wondering if he will ever see it again. Minx attacks Flammable, but he manages to escape, just barely, within an inch of his life. Chris McLean constructs a shack, not really caring anymore, just hoping for it to be over soon. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Everyone has survived the night. Night 4. Flammable looks at the night sky, pondering if he will ever see the real one again. Minx screams for help, all alone and desperate for someone to come to her aid. Kunavia receives clean water from an unknown sponsor and will probably help later in the game. Chris McLean screams for help, alone, sad. And well, just Chris, not too out of the ordinary for him. Day 5. Kuniva, Flammable, Minx, and Chris McLean hunt for other tributes. And I just gotta stop and you gotta think. Four people left. Why are they all going off in a pack to hunt people that don't exist? Maybe it's a ploy. Maybe they're all truly that dumb and don't know that they're the last 4 alive. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 5. Kunavia attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Chris McLean, finally realizing that they are the final 4 left, plunges a knife into Flammable's chest, killing him. Minx just goes to sleep, unaware of anything occurring around her. Day 6. Minx falls into a frozen lake and drowns. What a sad way to go out. And Chris McLean, knowing this is his chance, kills Kuniva with a hatchet. Kuniva, plunging it straight into her head, cracking it in half, knowing that what he did. Pause for dramatic effect. Moment of silence for the fallen. And the winner is Chris McLean from District 4. Congratulations.